Oh, hi. It's okay to criticize what you like. In fact, in most instances, it makes you a better fan. What's up, Game Boys and girls? Big T here, back with another video, and Merry New Year! Yep, this is my first video of 2023. Brother's been very busy. I've been working 2 jobs. Gotta pay the bills. If I, somehow was, doing this like full time, I don't have to, make videos all sporadically. But okay, I'm not doing this full time yet. But anyway, I've been kind of working on some ideas. I have a great idea for the podcast when it resumes. When I get back, I'm going on vacation very soon this weekend, so I'll be gone for a little bit. But I'm trying to schedule some videos for next week because I want to get back on a regular schedule. I will have some videos scheduled while I'm in the Caribbean, so look forward to those. And I will be working on some ideas in the background. Not going to get into it too crazy because I got certain juices loose members. They poking and prodding and watching me and writing down everything I say, and you don't follow through on you're going to do this, you're going to do that stuff. So I got to just kind of keep that quiet and just present it, as Yoda said, do or do not. There is no try. So I'm not going to try to do these things. I'm just going to do them or not do them. And just some really cool ideas that I want to get out there that'll help me actually make more videos more regularly, the podcast idea. So stay tuned for that. I'll be doing that when I get back. So this video today is about fandom and how it can go wrong, unfortunately, at least in my opinion. It is okay to critique things that you like. Actually, I think that makes you a better fan. I think you're a better person for it. To critique things that you like. To constantly deflect criticism. To constantly, make excuses for a company that you like. Along with just being weird. It's antithetical, I think, to fandom. A good fan doesn't just celebrate the good times and only there for the good times, or even when they feel things are all good. They don't just rest on the laurels and they say, okay, now that we got this taken care of, let's do this, let's do that. And that's what I do. So as a fan of the Switch, I think the Switch is a perfect console to do things that Nintendo probably wouldn't do. Take more chances, more risks, because the install base is so strong. It is a good console to do that with. Often fans will say, they don't want to make this game, they don't want to bring back this IP because it doesn't sell well. And I just, I call bullshit on that because it is. Because Nintendo clearly picks and chooses the poor selling franchises, and they make new entries. We're getting a Pikmin 4, are we not? Is Pikmin 4 Pikmin a big selling franchise? No. It barely scrapes to 1 million, regardless of the install base. Metroid. We got Metroid Dread. We're getting Metroid Prime 4. Is Metroid Prime or Metroid a huge selling franchise? No, it isn't. But Nintendo continues to make entries. Yes, it took us a while to get a new entry, but they still will make them. So I don't want to hear nonsense about, it doesn't sell well, that's why Nintendo's not making it. Star Fox and F-Zero sold as many copies as your Pikmins or your Metroids. Maybe not the Prime series, but you see what I'm talking about. So, but that's a deflection. That is a way to deflect any criticism or ask of fans who want, not crazy things. Again, Switch is a perfect console to take those chances. You got a huge install base. You're going to get 1 million plus sales, most likely, on a Nintendo IP. Because the attention of the core fans will be there, and they'll bring in some of the casuals as well. Oh, this is that franchise Nintendo fans keep asking for. Let's check it out. So there's nothing crazy about that. Now we have on the Switch, we have this little option in the what do you call settings, called themes, and we had one theme or two themes. We had dark and light, so a black background and a white background, and that's it. Um, and that's pretty sad. You would think Nintendo would have no problem adding more themes because they've done it in the past. But a deflection would be, well, Microsoft doesn't do it. Well, well, Xbox doesn't do it, and PlayStation doesn't have themes. This isn't about them. We're talking about what Nintendo has or should have, and what they've done before. Obviously, the 3DS had themes. The Switch has these things called icons for your Mii characters, and they've given us more. They didn't just give us the bare the launch day ones and stop. They've given us more over time. So to put in some tiny kilobyte background is not that crazy for them to do. It's not hard. Just as easy as they got the dark and light theme in there, they can put other colors and all that stuff, just like they do for the Mii or the character backgrounds, icons and whatnot. That's not a problem. You don't have to stop game development in order to put a kilobyte size file onto the Switch for your background. It's nonsense. Some Nintendo fans get just downright weird with their defenses and their talking points, and it's just, I don't get it. Now, I'm a core Nintendo fan. This is not coming from some laissez-faire, fair weather, or just Nintendo hater. I personally own 4 Nintendo Switches. I have 2 Switch Lites. I have a Switch OLED and my Day 1 Switch. Also, my kids have Switches. That's 2 more. So I have 6 Switches in my house. I own, personally, over 150 physical games for my Switch. That's not counting the digital ones. It's at least 60 or 70, if not more. So I spend a lot of money for Nintendo. So it's not like I'm coming from some hater, perspective. And I don't do that just to prove that. I've always been a Nintendo fan, pretty much since NES. So it's just what I've done. So when some come along new Switch guy who never had a Wii U or anything like that wants to downplay what I'm saying, I just kind of like, you're not even on. And I'm not trying. I don't want to sound arrogant when I say this, but you're not on my Nintendo fandom level to come at me with nonsense like that. But it's very, to me, it's a very obvious thing to do as a fan of something, to always want better. It's a bad idea to rest on your laurels and to think, oh, just because this is popular, we forget the Wii U. Did we forget that? Did we forget the GameCube? And even the N64 to some extent. We wasn't always selling 100 plus million consoles. Nintendo's next console could very easily, be a 20 million seller. So don't think resting on your laurels. Well, the Switch is selling fine now. Well, okay. Wii was selling really good for a long time, and then all of a sudden fell off a cliff. And not to say that the Switch is going to do that, but the stronger the competition, the more these next-gen consoles get into the market and make more games, it's going to not be as good. It's not going to be as easy for Nintendo on the Switch. So they have to start, obviously, they're already thinking about the next console, but these little things that they usually just swat down, they need to start thinking about, because the gamer today is a very, I don't know if diverse is the right word, but I've said it plenty of times that I'm a teacher, so I've seen my students plenty of times just, they don't care about your box. They don't care about the console most of the time. They're happy to sit around on their iPhones or their Android phones or whatever and game. My son, I try hard. He will play. He loves Zelda. He's waiting for Tears of the King or Tears of the Kingdom. He's waiting for that, but he's fine playing Roblox and whatever else. He doesn't care about the box. He never did. He never has care. He doesn't have loyalty like that. He's not. I'm a fan. I'm a Nintendo fan. Whatever. Yeah, he plays Nintendo games, but and I see that a lot in a lot of kids that I teach. So the market is changing a lot. So you can't. I don't believe Nintendo can just release another Switch-like console that does exactly what the Switch does and not cater to this new audience or this growing audience of gamers. I think it's a bad idea. Obviously, I'm a fan of the Steam Deck. There's other handheld PCs coming out. That's great. I think that diversifies the market. It helps things be more competitive. I like that. I think that's good. I think that's good for Nintendo. I think that's good for everybody. And I hope Nintendo learns some lessons. Yes, the Switch is doing well, but you can't just plop out there with a Switch U and think it's going to be just as successful as your last console. That's not how the markets work. They're the only company that has super strong brand loyalty. Well, Sony and Nintendo both have brand loyalty, but clearly Sony and the PlayStation have a bigger market when it comes to obviously they have a bigger market share. They're the number one market leader in gaming. So it's nothing for them to come out and sell 30 million consoles in 2 years. I mean, they did that obviously with the PlayStation 5. They have a strong market presence. And they've never faltered as far as their console sales go since they've been, since they came in with the PS1. So Nintendo hasn't done that. Historically, Nintendo has not done that. NES is great. SNES is great as far as market share. And then N64, they faltered. And GameCube, they faltered even more. The Wii, jump-started them back again. But then the Wii U. Now the Switch, obviously, right? But that whole idea of, we can just make a portable console again, to me, that's not going to be enough. I want them to do that. I want them to continue making their portable console because I think Nintendo has to have a portable. They have one since 1989. I think they're going to continue to have one. But it's not just going to be enough because there are going to be more options, and there are. Mobile is growing and growing and growing. Like I said, kids don't care about your box. So mobile they just want where their friends are. Where are my friends? What are they playing on? They don't have that loyalty that we kind of grew up with. And like I said, you have these console PCs coming out, these handheld PCs. Obviously, Steam Deck is the far out, way ahead leader when it comes to those things. But that could change. That could easily change. There's a lot of competition. So, and as a Steam Deck fan, I'm not sitting around like, oh man, no, it's great. You don't got to do nothing else. Just keep doing what you're doing. No, and Steam has been really good at that. Valve has been really good at updating the Steam Deck. And that's why it's way better than it was on launch day. It's night and day as far as what the console can do, what games it can play, night and day. Because they didn't just sit around and be like, well, we own this market. It's always going to be there. No. They're continuing to progress. They're not even talking about upgrading the hardware yet. They're talking about, doing other little things around it, like maybe making a better battery, because that's a thing they could definitely do, and making a better screen. That's definitely something they can do. Maybe an OLED, because OLED screens are really nice. So I'm a fan of Valve and Steam Deck, and obviously I'm in Steam Deck La La Land, but I'm not stupid. I'm not going to sit back and like, yeah, as a fan of Steam and Steam Deck, I'm like, yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. You're perfect. You're perfect. You're great. You're selling. No, you got to continue to change with the market as the market changes. So that's what some of us Nintendo fans are saying, Sitting around resting on your laurels is not a safe bet to make as for a company, any company. So stop being weird. Like, don't. Enough with this weird deflection, protection of your favorite console, your favorite company. Ask for better, want more. And from what I see, there's not most fans have just kind of given up on the bigger things, and they just want a background. They just want a JPEG kilobyte sized background. Something that can more better customize and personalize their console to them. That's not a big ask, really. And to say, oh, it's and the resources, get out of here with that. That's just the weirdest non-serious take I've heard. Your first instinct shouldn't be to protect your favorite company. It should be to want it to do better and want it to succeed, continue to succeed by innovating and, bringing more things to the market. So that's my video. That's my first video for 2023. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, look out for more. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you folks next time. Peace out.